the medicine woman.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's Ashal Everyday, and this video is basically saying, let heartbreak transform you, not destroy you or define you. Heartbreak, I always say, isn't always romantic. It can come from family, friendships, betrayals, and even like unmet dreams. And it's because we have relationships with these things, obviously, as it sounds. And even for unmet dreams, like you may be surprised, sometimes we have a relationship with a goal or a relationship with a expectation, and it doesn't always come out to be that way. It doesn't mean that it's over, but it's okay to grieve those things, especially when we don't necessarily have the means, or we don't have it, or we're not getting it at the time we're supposed to get it, or we're not getting it at all. So I just want to put that out in the first place before we get into the video. It's not the end of you, it's not the end of your life, and it's certainly not the end of your happiness. It's the initiation into a deeper version of yourself. I always say that heartbreak usually is what is going to push you towards your next your next stage in your life. For me, I always wanted to start a channel like this. I don't even have the camera I wanted to use. I didn't have the equipment. But I went through a really tough breakup, and this is why I started this channel. And it pushed me towards like discovering my path and understanding that this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to be making videos like this. I'm supposed to be helping people do this, like get to this path of healing. So heartbreak and the pain of it is a part of evolution. It is a part of discovering truly who you're meant to be and what your purpose is. So, what heartbreak does is it strips you of the illusions of others and how you feel about yourself and what you thought love was. In the last relationship I was in, I was deeply in love with the person, and the person was everything I wanted in not only a partner, like a life partner and a husband, to the T. And it was amazing being with him. He was very devoted to me, and it was the first time I'd ever dated someone who was had a lot of initiative, and they would and intention as well, very intentional. And I knew that it was heading somewhere, but a lot of my needs weren't being met, and I had to be able to still walk away from that situation and honor the fact that my boundaries and my expectations mattered, and not only my expectations, the promises he made me were not fulfilled, and I could not be with him in that moment in time. It was awful. It was terrible getting over him, but it pushed me towards this, and it helped me understand that love is not um, love is not as linear as people make it out to be, and I had to understand that the love for myself and the love for my own wants mattered, because you're always going to go into that relationship being empty. And it's not to say that you cannot compromise. It's just like it was things I could not compromise on that were tested throughout the relationship, and the relationship has come to an end. And it really showed me that sometimes it's just not meant to be, and that love necessarily is an experience, and it's not even a circumstance, and it's not even a life sentence. Sometimes love, and most of the time love, comes to teach us. It comes to teach us things about ourselves, the world. And this love taught me that my boundaries and my values mattered, and that I had to learn to okay to be by myself, and that I had to learn to be strong. I had to learn to not only be strong, but understand that if my needs are not being met, I need to then let my needs be met on my own, if that makes sense. I'm not coming into it. I'm still heartbroken as I'm talking, but I hope it made sense. So let the pain reveal you and not erase you. Sometimes you just feel like you feel like a part of you is gone. I felt so lost. I felt like I didn't have anywhere to go. But I needed to let it reveal the things about myself that I didn't quite uncover. One thing that helped me was writing letters to him. I send them to him, regret them. But I'm glad I wrote them so that I can see how that love changed me. When you love someone, it changes you. It just does. I think that he raised my standards, definitely, because he do things for me that I never even happened. Like I've been taken out on dates, but like before I get out the car, his car, he'd open the door for me. He was very attentive. He'd listen. He was very kind, and he was very present, and he was the sweetest soul. Or he is just what I say was for now, because I'm dating someone right now. He was the sweetest soul of anyone I'd ever interacted with. He's such a beautiful human being, in and out. But it kind of revealed that sometimes we can meet people and they feel like it's meant to be or whatever, and it doesn't. It's like the puzzle can almost fit, but if it's not quite right, it's not meant for you. And my soul knew this, and I knew that it was meant to take me to the path of this, sharing my experiences, sharing my wisdom, and sharing all it is that I am supposed to share to you. You're not broken, you're breaking open. And as you break open, so many things will come: wisdom, um, love, opportunities. They will come, and usually heartbreaks are the catalyst for something even better. So, as it's happening, obviously, it's going to be hard for you to process that fact. And it's going to be painful that someone that used to be a part of your life, someone you used to speak to almost every day, someone who you sometimes even had sex with, is not with you anymore. And you can't call them or tell them how much you miss them or tell them about your day. Like, his favorite anime was Hunter x Hunter, and I just finished like was it the first season? And the first season was 60 something episode. And I couldn't even call and talk to him about Nen. He was just so obsessed with Nen and how, what's it called, it was. And I can't even tell him about that. I can't even, I think I told him months before Wicked came out. I was going to watch Wicked. I was going to tell him about it and tell him about the plot. I couldn't tell him about so much things I love to tell him, so much things I want to share with him. It's gone. And it revealed certain things, and it allowed me to kind of take in certain things and learn certain things from that experience. Like sometimes when you're grieving a relationship or you're heartbroken, you know, I was in the maybe stages, like, maybe if I hadn't done this, maybe if he hadn't done this, and it wasn't even a things of things we've done, it was just circumstances that kind of got in the way. Sometimes life just like, and obviously like there are things he could have done, but like I knew that it was the reason I'm not bashing him or saying anything is because if circumstances were different, I think we would still be together. But the maybe thing, it's just like it was important I experienced that. Maybe, you know, then the anger, then the fear, then the loss, then and I wrote about 15 letters, like paragraphs, should be like on 15 pages basically. And it was important I did that because relationships are very nuanced. And if you're not writing like it down to that level, you're not processing it the way it should be processed, and you're not like really going into the experiences. I wrote down everything I loved about him, which was so much. Didn't even realize how much I loved about him. From how he smiled to how he laughed, how nosy he was, how considerate he was of his neighbor, how kind he was to his friends, how good he was, what's it called, to his family, everyone he loved. How I think he was. I never got to taste his food. It looked like good food. How much he loved anime. He's the most amazing writer. I have never read words so beautiful. Has the most beautiful, expansive mind, and is the most one of the most incredible people I've ever met. Lucky to have met him. But if I hadn't written that down, it would have become it would have become something I was subconsciously even suppressing, because it's something at the end of the day that we have to become accustomed to getting to know the part of ourselves that were developed. There's so many things he's changed about me, like pushed me to become a better writer, because I write, but when he writes, I hope he's something he continues. I hope one day it's something I could even share with you. But best words I've ever heard in my life. Great, you could sing as well. So many things about him. If I speak about that, the video will take forever. But I can learn all this and realize that we're not meant for each other in that way, or during that period in time, we're not meant to be together. and make peace with that situation. Rambling, but I'm talking about personal experiences here, and I'm a rambler. So if I hadn't written down those letters to him, who knows where I'd be? And as I write them out, I'd be wailing and crying. And it helped me uncover and discover certain parts of myself that I discovered while I was with him, that I uncovered. And what the relationship taught me so much was self respect, to ask for more, to understand that love is not. Before, I used to be a victim of unrequited love. Love is something you should feel back. Now I don't think I can ever love anyone who doesn't love me back or who doesn't show. I felt loved, and I think that love was shown. I can't speak on whether he felt that way, but I felt it. I felt that he loved me, and it was good to know that I could feel that someone else loved me as well, was passionate about me, and was not only passionate about getting to know me, passionate about making me feel loved as I do the same. And writing about that, I discovered that part of myself that I can never take back. And it's increased my standards, it's increased my patience for other people, and it's increased my overall understanding of myself and other people as well, and him. And I'm grateful for that. Then the parts of myself I give away. Then the parts of myself that I needed to reclaim. And then the parts of myself that I may have suppressed within the relationship that you didn't necessarily know about. I learned so much. And I would say don't rush to be numb or to distract yourself. You need to go through, straight through. You need to go through it, like go straight through the fire. Don't go through a shortcut, because it's better that it burns you straight off than for it to just implode. I'm glad I did so. I'm glad I called friends. I'm glad sometimes I took space. I didn't expect it to hurt as much because I'd never been through a heartbreak that much, but it was beautiful, chaotic, like life changing, terrible, awful, and all the beautiful. It was a beautiful disaster. That's the way I could describe it. And I'm glad I experienced it because I don't know. I'm dating someone right now, and he's kind of doing all the things that he wasn't doing in that relationship. And it helped me. And I realized that, oh, sometimes we ask for certain things in romantic situations because, like, it's very rare for me to see people in romantic relationships where they look happy and everything is going well. We just think, oh, we could just settle. At least he's doing this, at least this is doing that. But then, you know, betraying yourself and your own needs for love or for this idea of love gets you nowhere. There's always a chance to return to yourself and your self worth. And seeking it in him, seeking it in anyone else is not substantial. You need to seek it in things that are going to heal you. Healing you guys is healing me. And it's something that I am grateful to even have the platform to do or to even have the tools to do. I'm just grateful. I say this: love didn't fail you. The person may have failed you, but it's pushed you to evolve in so many different ways, especially as someone who dates men. He increased my standards. Whatever woman he ends up with is so lucky because I know it's not the kind of person that, what's it called? It would be very weird of me to be, I want to get back together with him when I'm dating someone else right now. But so my mind isn't even there. But I will say that whatever woman he ends up with is so lucky. And I'm glad I met someone like that. I didn't even know men like that could exist. Beautiful human being in and out. And it kind of taught me to rather be alone than be like that. Sometimes men will bring on things to me and be like, accept this. I didn't even accept that. My last relationship was even 10 times better than that. One thing about me, I don't downgrade. And I don't mean I downgrade in looks or whatever. I like, in terms of character, up, up, up. I don't downgrade because I'm just going to keep on comparing you to the last person. And even as I'm in the situation that I'm dating the person right now, I don't even think once to compare him to the person that I was heartbroken over, because they're different, really. And the difference is this person is meeting my needs now. Well, for now, it's been a short time we're dating. And the person before wasn't. And that's the difference. And I wouldn't have it any other way. And I'm actually glad I've experienced it. I'm grateful. yeah, so please thank you for watching. This is one of my favorite videos I've made so far. Very vulnerable. And I hope it's something that you like. And make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on the post notifications, subscribe to my Patreon if that's something you're interested in. And it's Asha Lovely Day telling you, forcing you to have a lovely day. Bye.